away from first pitch of the Class B Semifinal between the Anacoco Lady Indians and the Stanley Lady Panthers. National anthem's been sang. The starting lineups have been announced. Again, they do it all at the same time on all the fields, so a little bit of a delay there. We are getting ready for action here in the Class B Semifinal. Winner moves on to the championship tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And Lady Indians will lead it off with Sari Procell, Ava Davis, and Emily D'Amico facing Paige Campbell. Stanley has finished runner-up in back-to-back years to the Quitman Lady Wolverines, who are on the field to my left. So they're looking to try to get over that hump. Lady Indians back here in the semis for the first time since 2022. And first pitch is going to be in there for a called strike at 11:58 from Paige Campbell. It'll be Procell, Davis, and D'Amico. Lady Indians in the purple tops, purple bottoms. The road team today is the 4 seed. Campbell, the righty, winds and fires, swung on and missed. The purple tops, purple bottoms with the gold trim around the neck and on the pants. Numerals in white trimmed in gold with the Anacoco A on the chest. 0-2 to Procell. Oh, big swing and a miss there. And Campbell is the leadoff hitter. Procell down on strikes to open the ball game. And now Ava Davis will stand in. Lady Panthers got everything they wanted in the regional round. Again, defeated Grace Christian and then Florine to get here. But that Grace Christian game, it was tied at 6 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch to Ava Davis. That one's going to be popped up on the infield. And that's Palmer over at third. And she'll make the put out in foul territory for a quick out number 2. Davis swinging and down on the first pitch. Emily D'Amico will stand in. She homered in that quarterfinal game against Zawali. But again, Paige Campbell, through 2 games, 2-0. She pitched all 14 innings, just 5 earned runs. And again, those were in that first game. She was really good against Florine. 7 innings, got the win, 2 hits, no runs, 12 strikeouts. And the first pitch to D'Amico misses for a ball. Lady Panthers in the white unis with the blue trim shoulders and the pants. Blue numerals and lettering trimmed in black. Paige Campbell already 1 strikeout today. This was going to be driven into center field, but back a couple of steps under it is Weeks for out number 3. Lady Indians go down in order in the top of the first. We move to the bottom half. Stanley coming up.
Buying, selling, or refinancing your home? Let the Rethink Title Company work for you. Have a commercial real estate transaction? We can do that too. With over 35 years experience as a full-service real estate title company, we strive to provide personal attention and efficient results throughout the entire settlement process, giving you peace of mind. Give us a call at 337-404-4060 or stop by our office at 116 East Lula Street in Leesville. The team at Rethink Title are proud supporters of our area students and athletes and wish the best of luck on their future endeavors.
Are you paying your bank to hold your money? If so, it's time to make the switch to a bank with totally free checking. Sabine State Bank offers free checking with no fees, no minimum balance, no balance requirements, no analysis fees, and we still include check images in your statements without a fee. There is even a free small business account. If you really want free checking, stop by one of our convenient 45 locations. Sabine State Bank. Our goal, your future success. Member FDIC.
Lady Indians go down in order in the top of the first, and now Stanley will have their first at bat here in the bottom half of the inning. And it will be Braylon Weeks, Jade Jones, and Craig and Jordan, the first 3 in the order for the Lady Panthers, facing Ruth Rodriguez, who, again, we saw her come in relief in that regional round against Shudrin. Pitched well, and then really pitched well in that quarterfinal game against Zawali. She was really good, 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, and that was an unearned run. That was in the first inning. 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. So through 12 2/3 of an inning in the postseason, she's allowed just 1 run, and it was unearned. 62% on strikes. Giving up 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, 5 walks. Again, defensively, Anacoco's been playing really well through 2 games in the playoffs. Braylon Weeks will stand in and take ball 1. Braylon Weeks playing second base and batting leadoff for the Lady Panthers. Weeks in the playoffs, 1 for 5, couple of runs scored, 3 walks. This one's going to be driven out into center field, and that'll be a leadoff single. Second hit of the postseason for Weeks, and Lady Panthers in business here. 1 batter in. Now Jade Jones, the catcher, will stand in. 3 hits so far through 2 games in the postseason. Again, as a team, Lady Panthers hitting .393. They scored 17 runs as Rodriguez fires in a strike. In 8-6 winners against Grace Christian in the regional round, then 9-0 against Florine in the quarters. So scoring 8.5 a game through 2. And that one swung on and missed. They'll throw back to first, but back safely is Weeks. Quickly 0-2 to the catcher, Jade Jones. Defensively for the Lady Indians, Rodriguez and Ani Duran, battery mates. Sari Procell over at third, Bella Shapkoff at first. Up the middle, Emily D'Amico at short, Kylie Kaye at second. I'll give you the outfield after this 0-2 from Rodriguez. That one's going to be popped up out into left. Chance is under it. And that one is dropped. Again, the wind playing some tricks on it, but I don't know if Chance got a glove on it or not. Again, the fencing down here kind of impeded my vision, but that should have been an easy out. Instead, it's going to drop in, and that'll be 2 on, nobody out after the E7. In the wind, right now not blowing very hard, but it was gusting really hard out from left to center. So 2 on, nobody out. Lady Indians in the soup early after the E7, and now Reagan Jordan will stand in. Jordan, 2 for 6 so far through 2 postseason games. Hit a 2-run homer and a 2-run double through a couple of games as well. Now it's quickly 2 balls, no strikes. And Jordan, 3 runs scored, 4 RBIs. Again, she's looking to add to that total here. This one's going to be driven out into right, coming on, but that one's going to drop in front of Dowden, and it will send the runner, and Stanley is on the board. Now they'll go to third, and that is not in time. All runners advance, everyone's safe, and Stanley leads it 1-0. Yeah, the Lady Panthers putting the pressure on Anacoco on the base pass, and that gets them a run. Jordan, 5th RBI of the postseason. And a quick meeting. But now it's Jones at third. And on the throw in, Jordan advanced to second. So it's 1-0 Lady Panthers, and still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And Stanley's got second and third for Riley Palmer. And Palmer takes strike 1. Over on the field next to me, no score between Hicks and Quitman in that game on 93.5 with Will Norris and Mr. Green. Try to get you a Simpson score. This one's going to be slapped through the right side and into right field. 1 run's going to score. They're going to wave around the second, and it's 3-0 Lady Panthers after the 2-run single from Riley Palmer. And Stanley just kind of hitting it where they ain't right now as that went through the right side of the infield. And they are up early, 3-0, still nobody out. Harper Rutherford stand in. She is 4 for 6 through the postseason, and she is in the box and sees ball 1. Rutherford, 2 runs scored, Couple RBIs. This is going to be slap foul down the right field line. So Anacoco went down in order in the top of the first. And Stanley has already put 3 across here in the bottom half. Braylon Weeks leadoff single to center. Jay Jones flew out to left, but an E7 allowed her to reach. Reagan Jordan, an RBI single. Now this is going to be a grounder to short. D'Amico will charge. She'll have 1 play, and they'll get the out at first, but Palmer does advance to second. Alyssa Gooden will stand in. Gooden 2 for 7, a couple RBIs through 2 games so far in the playoffs. And Lady Panthers 23-7. They've been back-to-back runner-up to Quitman. This one's going to get through the catcher Duran, and down to third goes Palmer. Again, 2025, they were Class B runner-up. Quitman in 5 innings won that one 10-0, and then 2024 in Division 5 non-select. That one's going to be fouled back out of play. So Gooden quickly. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Yeah, 2024 was Division 5 non-select. They lost that one 8-1 to the Lady Wolverines. So Quitman's been a thorn in their side the last couple of years. Again, got everything they wanted from Grace Christian in the regional. Well, off-speed pitch here nearly takes out Springer in the on-deck circle. She dodges out of the way, but that one was coming in hot. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Alyssa Gooden. 3-0 bottom of the first. Stanley leads 1 out. They have a runner at third. No score over in the other Class B semi between Hicks and Quitman. Rodriguez fires that one low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lady Panthers have won state title back in 1994. Defeated Simpson. And that at the time was Class C. As this one's going to run in and get a piece of Gooden. She'll stroll down to first after the hit by pitch. Now J.C. Springer, the designated player, will stand in. Still 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. Stanley leading 3-0. Yeah, 1-time state champion and then 3-time runner-up. Again, back-to-back years. And then in 2017, Lady Panthers lost the Class B title game to Holden. This is going to be a grounder to second. Kaye will flip for 1, and the throw to first is not in time. The run will score, but again, just beating out the double play is Springer. D'Amico turned it pretty well at second, but it is 4-0. 2 gone. So Springer does drive in that run. Now Paige Campbell will stand in. Pitcher on pitcher here. 2 gone. Rodriguez winds and fires. That one, little check swing, but fouled. Kind of tough luck there from Campbell. Campbell, in the first playoff game against Grace Christian, didn't record an official at bat, but had 2 walks and a sac bunt. And that one gets away from Durant. It'll get to the backstop. That one kind of ran in. So Springer down to second. Yeah, Campbell, not an official at bat in the first game, and then was 0 for 1 in the quarterfinal against Florine. So just 1 official at bat, but she's into the plate. As that one's going to miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, early trouble here for the Lady Indians, down 4-0. Rodriguez winds and fires. This is going to be popped up over on the right side. And coming on, making the running grab is Dowden for out number 3. However, the Lady Panthers plate 4 in the bottom of the first. We move to the second. It's the Class B semifinal on today's Country 105.7.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent David Heyman is your go-to agent in Leesville for service you deserve at the price you want. So try combining home and auto today. State Farm agent David Heyman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 337-239-9999 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to underwriting requirements.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
This is District 30 State Senator Mike Reese, and I'd like to wish our area teams the best of luck as they strive to bring home a state championship. I would like to congratulate all of our student athletes for their excellence on the field, on the court, and in the classroom. I'm a proud supporter of all of our area teams, bands, cheerleaders, and dance lines. Best of luck to all of our area teams from your District 30 State Senator Mike Reese.
Kylie Kaye leads off the top of the second inning for the Lady Indians, then takes strike one. Stanley, 4 runs in the bottom of the first. 4 runs on 3 hits. There was the error that was key in that inning, kind of unraveling for the Lady Indians, but got some work to do here. And Kaye back in there after the 0-1. And swing and a miss. Campbell gets that one by her. Lady Pirates over on the field to my left had the bases loaded. Whitman gets out of the jam there. That's still scoreless. Kaye threw 2 playoff games. 1 for 7, a run scored, and a walk. This one's going to be slapped foul back into the netting. It'll be Kaye, Duran, and Shapkoff here in the top of the second for Anacoco. Flag hanging on for dear life, and the 0-2 is swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the ball game for Campbell. And 1 out here in the top of the second. Ani Duran will stand in. Duran 3 for 6 in the playoffs so far. Homer and a double, a couple extra base hits. We were there for that home run that got out in a hurry. And this one's going to miss. Strike ball 1. She scored a couple of runs. Again, a couple extra base hits. The Indians will need them here, down 4-0 in the second. Campbell winds and fires. Oh, big swing and a miss there. Duran was trying to add another home run to the postseason total. Came up empty there. I'll give you the defensive alignment for Stanley after the 1-1. That one runs inside, 2-1. The battery mates for the Lady Panthers, Paige Campbell, Jay Jones behind the plate. Over at the hot corner is Riley Palmer, Alyssa Gooden over at first. Up the middle, Craig and Jordan at short, Braylon Weeks at second. I'll give you the outfield after this 2-1 to Duran. And that one just misses, 3-1. Left to right field, Harper Rutherford in left, Carson Weeks in center, Olivia Hatcher in right. A couple of these names familiar. If you're with us during basketball season, we had the Stanley Lady Panthers in Rose Pine for our season opener of the Road to the Championship. So I was penciling in some stats, doing some researching, recognized some of these names. 3-1 from Duran, runs inside, and that'll be a 1-out walk. First base runner for the Lady Indians. Now Bella Shapkoff will stand in. She's 2 for 5 in the playoffs. And before she gets into the box, we'll have a quick meeting on the mound, or in the circle. Speaking of on the mound, Mother Nature has played a role in, well, these games playing today instead of yesterday. And pretty much every other playoff game in the state. Baseball was supposed to get their playoffs going here with the quarterfinal rounds in the divisions 1 through 3, and then obviously divisions 4 and below play 1, so they were in the regional rounds. There's only been a few games played. Again, there's one area final, and that was from Wednesday. The Maryville Panthers lost 2-1 to Centerville. The 20 seed Panthers gave Centerville all they wanted. That's the only game that is finished. Everybody else is either was delayed and is starting today. But we'll try to run down that schedule as the times have been changing as much as the weather's been changing. So after the meeting, Shapkoff takes strike one from Campbell. In 1 out. Ani Duran over at first after the 1-out walk. But, yeah, there is. Again, we were supposed to be there for Pitkins' playoff opener. That one rides high, 1 ball, 1 strike. That was supposed to be Thursday, but, again, I'm not sure which day rained more. I mean, yesterday was torrential downpour, but Thursday was a wash as well. So, again, field locations moving, game times moving, but beautiful day today, and there'll be action all over the state for baseball. And then, again, a full day here in Sulphur. As that one misses, 2-1. The Indians trail 4-0 in the top of the second, trying to grind their way back into this one. That one's going to be fouled back into the screen. No score between Hicks and Quitman. Again, the winner of these two games will match up in the final tomorrow. The game 3 o'clock. Two and 2 to Shapkoff. That one misses high. 3 and 2. Duran thought about maybe heading down to second. They'll throw back. She is back safely. So a full count to Shapkoff here. And that one is low. So back-to-back walks after the strikeout. And Shapkoff down to first. Duran down to second. And this isn't a sight for sore eyes. We talked about the injuries and all that Anacoco's battled this year. Tori Heyman is stepping into the box. And she hurt her knee a few weeks ago. Got in a rundown, and she stands in. And first pitch swinging. This was going to be driven out to left. And snow cone grab by Rutherford. The runners will tag. As down into third safely goes Duran, actually holding over at first. But Heyman put a good swing on it just right at Rutherford and left. But again, she is back. Again, designated player today. Not sure how much range of movement she's got. But it is good to see her out there. I'm sure it's a boost for the Lady Indians. So Duran did tag, go to third. Shapkoff held at first. Didn't want to get too aggressive, but with 2 gone, it'll be Ruth Rodriguez standing in. And before she does, we will have a meeting in the circle. Rodriguez will stand in. Ruth a hit and an RBI through 2 games in the playoffs. But again, her work's been in the circle. She was really good in that Zawali game. And the first pitch to her is going to miss for ball 1. Whitman on the board over in the other semifinal, 1-0. They've got runner at third. Trying to get a Simpson update for you as well. Again, if you're looking for that one on 95.7 KROK. And this one's going to miss inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Campbell got the leadoff hitter, Kaye, down on strikes. And back-to-back walks to Ani Duran and Bella Shapkoff. Tori Heyman, first pitch liner to left. So 2 gone. But Anacoco has put some pressure on. That one's going to miss above the letters. 3-0 to Rodriguez. Reed Alden on deck. She'd love to hit with the bases loaded here and try to get the Lady Indians back into the ballgame. Campbell winds, and that one in there for a called strike. Three balls, one strike. Rodriguez back in. And this one's going to be slapped over to the left side, and Jordan at short will make the put out for out number 3. Lady Indians get a couple of base runners. Nothing doing. We move to the bottom of the second. Stanley leads it 4-0.
Here you go, cream and sugar. Let's sit in my office.
Wow, nice office.
Thanks.
Is that a vision board behind you?
It is. You know about these? Do you have one?
Yeah, I've just never done one. What's that building? The picture in the corner?
Oh, that's Merchants and Farmers Bank. They're my secret weapon.
What?
How do you think I've expanded to 3 stores? Gotten bigger.
Well, what have they done for you?
For one thing, remote deposit capture. And then their online banking and, oh, my expansion loan.
You got an expansion loan?
You need a good business banker who can help you think big. Call them. They'll come to you. Get out your phone. I'm going to share my Merchants and Farmers Guy's contact with you.
No matter what business you're in, Merchants and Farmers will help you think bigger. Merchants and Farmers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Your future begins with our history.
Back here at Thrash Park. Beautiful day here to get the 2026 LHSAA State Softball Tournament started. Again, weather pushed it back from yesterday to today, so it'll be a Saturday, Sunday tournament. I believe last year the weather also pushed some of those games back and had to play some Sunday games. But again, here in the bottom of the second inning, Lady Indians trail Stanley 4-0. As it'll be 9-1 and 2 in the order for the Lady Panthers. Olivia Hatcher, Braylon Weeks, and Jade Jones. First inning, 4 runs on 3 hits for Stanley. There was an error, and they left one on base. Again, they enjoy a 4-0 lead here as they'll bat at the bottom of the second. 1-0. Quitman leads Hicks on the field to my left, and then no score as we move to the bottom of the second between Simpson and Northside Christian. Rodriguez catches the outside corner for a called strike. Again, the first inning wasn't that Stanley really hit the ball particularly hard. Just kind of hit it into the void a couple of times. Obviously, the air played a factor, but not a whole lot of hard contact as now Rodriguez gets a swing and miss. Hatcher down 0-2. Just kind of some tough luck. Ball's in play there, and you hope if you're Anacoco, you can kind of even that out. Hatcher is, again, at the bottom of this lineup. Just because she's hitting ninth doesn't mean anything because through 2 games, she is 5 for 6. 4 RBIs, double, a run scored. She'll take ball 1 there. Again, no easy out down here in the 9 hole. 5 hits and 6 at-bats through 2 games. And just getting a piece of that one, she'll foul it off. And full day of softball here at Thrash Park. They start the games, obviously, at 12, and they'll go, I believe the last one start at 6. So full day, and the weather is gorgeous. So off-speed pitch, just getting a piece of that. It's fouled down the first base side. So good battle here. Hatcher staying alive. And not a cloud in the sky after there were plenty of them the last couple of days. This is going to be a grounder, and Kaye will field at second. Throw over, and not in time as beating it out is Hatcher, and that'll be her 6th hit in 7 at-bats this postseason. Beat it out by a step. Again, not hit very hard. Kaye charged, got to get a throw off, but an infield single, and Stanley has the leadoff hitter aboard. And these two teams familiar with each other in this semifinal setting. I think earlier during the pregame I said this was the first semifinal appearance for Anacoco since 22. I mean, they were trying to get back to the state final for the first time since 22. Last time they were here was a couple years ago, 2024, in the Class B Semi. They matched up with the Stanley Lady Panthers. That was the number 6 Lady Panthers and the number 7 Lady Indians. That one's going to be popped foul. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Braylon Weeks. Weeks started the bottom of the first off with a leadoff single and came around to score the game's first run. Yeah, these two teams met. Anacoco lost that one 8-3 to the Lady Panthers. Stanley would go on to finish runner-up. And that one's going to get back to the backstop. And down to second goes Hatcher on the wild pitch. Lady Indians is trying to get back to the finals for the first time since 22. They were the runner-up in back-to-back years to Holden in 2021 and 22, as that one misses. 3-1 to Weeks. Again, if you're talking about runner-ups, Lady Indians, no stranger. They have been a 6-time runner-up in their history. That is tied for the 3rd most in the state. Here comes the 3-1. Oh, big swing and miss there. Upstairs, Weeks. Now the count runs full. Yeah, Lady Indians 6-time runner-up. That's tied for 3rd most behind Menard with 10. Vanderbilt Catholic with 7. Again, tied for 6 with St. Charles, Turlings Catholic, and Catholic Point Capee. Here comes the payoff pitch. This is going to be popped up into shallow center. Ava Davis comes on. She'll make the put out. And that retires Weeks. Out number 1. Yes, 6-time runner-up in back-to-back years, 21 and 22. 2013, a runner-up to Florine. And then 3 straight runner-ups, 02, 03, 04. That was to Oak Hill, Bidrine, and Simpson, respectively. Now, Jay Jones will stand in. Before she does, we'll have a quick meeting. Jones reached on that error out in left and then came around to score. Again, the Lady Indians, a 6-time runner-up. They have won it once. That was back in 2012. Defeated Quitman 9-1. When we talk about their playoff history, again, a lot of lower seed, 7 seed, 9 seed. But if you're looking for any kind of sign for good luck, the only time the Lady Indians won the state championship, they were the 4 seed. That was, again, back in 2012, and lo and behold, they are the 4 seed today, but got some work to do. Down 4-0 here in the bottom of the second. Now Jay Jones will stand in, and first pitch, she hammers this into left. That one's going to get into the corner. That'll score a run, and Jones is going to get into second with a stand-up double. As she barreled that one up from Rodriguez. And into the corner it goes. 5-0. That ball was scorched. She didn't waste any time after the meeting. Now Craig Jordan, who singled in a run and came around to score. She'll stand in. 5-0 Stanley, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Big swing and a miss there from Jordan. Still 1-0 Lady Wolverines against Hicks. Again, if you're looking for that one on 93.5 KJAE. Simpson was scoreless. But Northside Christian has the bases loaded with nobody out. So Lady Broncos in the soup over there. That one on 95.7. So Jordan back into the box. This is going to be popped into right field. Coming over is Dowden. She'll make the catch, and Jones will tag, and she'll get into third safely. but 2 gone here in the inning. And Stanley been very aggressive on the base pass, but it has paid off, especially in the first inning. That attributed to a couple of extra runs. They'll get Jones out over at third. They'll get someone in there to courtesy run for her. Trying to see who that is over there. Reports are it's number 24, Adeline Prudhomme. And that is who it is. So, Prudhomme over at third. Prudhomme has done some pinch running through the playoffs. Scored a run and stole the base against Florine. A lot of moving parts in the softball game. They can sub them in and out. First pitch is in there for a called strike to Palmer. Palmer singled, drove in a couple of runs. That was credit to that aggressive base running. And then she came around to score, trying to add on here. That one off speed's going to miss. Rodriguez trying to keep it at 5-0 here in the second. Palmer now 3 for 8 in the playoffs. That one rolls up there for a ball. They'll throw back to third, but safely back goes Prudhomme. Rodriguez winds and fires. This is going to be slapped into right. And coming on to make the running grab is Dowden for out number 3. However, the Lady Panthers add on a RBI double from Jay Jones. Makes it 5-0 Lady Panthers after 2. Lady Indians coming up.
The Board of Directors and employees of the East Central Vernon Water System are proud to support the academic and athletic programs of the area schools within their community. They recognize the importance of a good combination of athletics and academics in molding our student athletes into productive citizens of the community. The Board of Directors and employees of the East Central Vernon Water System live, work, and play right here in the communities they serve. They wish continued success to each athlete both on and off the field.
Where can you find gas, groceries, hardware, and feed? Anacoco Mercantile. That's where. Hungry for some delicious home cooking? Grab a fabulous plate lunch served Monday through Friday. Call today to see what's on the menu. 337-238-0611. Or grab a tasty Hunts Brothers pizza. Anacoco Mercantile is a proud supporter of Anacoco High School Athletics. Come visit them at 1678 Front Street, Anacoco. Go Indians!
Vernon Parish District Attorney Terry Lambright would like to take this time to remind everyone of the importance of not driving while under the influence. Never get behind the wheel of an automobile while impaired. Drinking and driving is a behavior that endangers lives, including your own. Vernon Parish District Attorney Terry Lambright and his staff would like to commend the hard work shown throughout our area high school sports programs. Congratulations on a job well done.
3 down, leads off the top of the third for Anacoco, and she'll take ball 1. Stanley leads the Lady Indians 5-0, 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second. But again, that 1 run, a soft leadoff single, came around to score on an RBI double from Jay Jones. But Stanley has the lead. Anacoco's got some work to do. Again, a couple base runners back in the second on 2 walks, unable to cash in. Over on the field to my left, Quitman still leads Hicks 1-0. Now 2 balls, no strikes to Dowden. Dowden, a couple of hits and an RBI through 2 games in the playoffs. And Lady Indians as a team heading into this one, 305 average and scoring 6 runs per game. That one misses for ball 3. And 7 runs in the quarter, 5 in that regional game versus Shudrin. So, again, it hasn't looked flashy. You know, they're not putting up the run rules, but defensively they've been really sound, and they've gotten the hits when they needed them. 3-0. And that one in there for a called strike. I believe Dowden probably had the take sign on. Again, 2 walks in that second inning after a clean 1-2-3 first. So if the Lady Indians kind of be patient here, maybe the plan is to get Campbell to run into some trouble on her own. Here comes the 3-1. And that one just misses. And it'll be a leadoff walk here in the third. So Lady Indians have the leadoff hitter aboard, Bree Dowden. And that'll flip it back to the top, Sari Procell. She struck out her first time up. Procell 2 for 8 in the playoffs. Barry played a pretty good third base in that game we had. First pitch swing is going to foul that one back into the netting. Again, full day of softball here at Frash. And then baseball will get started. Again, trying to piece all of those relocations and moved game times together. Bunt shown and pull back, and that one gets away from the catcher, Jones, but staying put over there is Dowden. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike to Sari Procell. Northside Christian plates 4 in that second inning. They had the bases loaded, nobody out. They cashed that in. So over Simpson, they lead at 4-0. That one fouled back into the screen by Procell. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, I'll try to piece together some of the baseball schedule today. See one right as I open my phone. Kinder and Doyle square off. They've been moving times left and right down there. That game will be played at Walker High School. Game 1 at 5 tonight, and game 2 at 7:30. Again, Kinder, Doyle, that should be good. Southbow Erath getting started today as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. This one's going to be slapped through the left side, just out of the reach of a diving Palmer. She nearly made the grab there, but it's back-to-back hitters aboard. First hit of the game for the Lady Indians, and Procell is aboard. Again, that was good contact, but almost a great play by Palmer over there at the high corner. Just out of her reach, and now Ava Davis has a chance with 1 swing of the bat to get Anacoco right back in this one. Again, double-digit homers on the year. She would love to run into one here. The wind, again, the flagpole's been wrapped around out there in right center, so can't really tell. And the first pitch to Davis misses for ball 1. Again, it's not quite time to panic, but 5-0 in the third. A couple of runners on, nobody out. Anacoco needs to plate a couple here. Davis 2 for 8 heading into this game. She did have a double in that Shudrint game. Stole a bag. This one's going to be popped over to the right side, and the wind played some tricks on it. That'll be caught in foul territory by Gooden over at first. So Ava's fouled out in back-to-back at-bats, this time to the right side. That's a big first out there for Stanley. In baseball, Rose Pine was supposed to play 2 today, but again, the field probably not able to get 2 games in. They'll play 1 tonight against the defending champs in Division III Select, Catholic New Iberia. That game will be at 6. Pitkin will play at 4:30 today against Shudrint. I believe Anacoco Weston is at 4:30. I'll have to check that one. It is today at 4:30, so good luck to Coach Austin Cox and the Indians. They'll take the trip up to Weston. Now Emily D'Amico takes the second ball inside. Hicks needs to get a run across over there. It's a 1-0 pitcher's duel. But they have had some traffic on the base pass, have the Lady Pirates, so hopefully they get back in that thing. D'Amico going to pop this one up over on the left side. Rutherford coming in, now coming out, and she'll settle under it. We're out number 2. So after 2 hitters reach, 2 outs for Campbell. And she is a pitch away from getting out of what could have potentially been disastrous here. Now Kylie Kyle stand in. She struck out back in the second. 5-0 Stanley here in the third. In a beautiful day after a bunch of rain. Got cold. I don't know what's going on. We're in May now. Cold weather should happen in April. It was in the 60s yesterday and kind of down into the high 40s, I believe, at night. I don't know. I wasn't outside. Nothing worse than cold and wet, as the 1-0 is now 1-1. Campbell missed the first one, and then that one got the zone. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Kaye. And again, you look out in the outfield, it's turf on the infield, so no issue there with the weather. Kaye fouls this one back, 1 ball, 2 strikes. But the outfield probably is an adventure out there. Again, you can look at some of the cleats, players wearing the white cleats. You could see some kind of mud. I know I had mud walking in here. I'm parked. I may not be able to get out, so there may be a distress call. Mike, you'll have to send that out if I get stuck leaving the park here. And it looks like Campbell lost her grip on that one. Is it? Is this high? Again, first time we've been down here for softball in a couple of years. We talked about it. It's been kind of an every other year thing since I've been here. Didn't have anybody last year. And that one's going to miss. The count will run full to Kaye. Ani Duran would love to hit with the bases loaded. A big pitch coming here from Campbell. But, yeah, made up for it this year with 3 teams off of Vernon Parish. And you want to talk about girls' sports in Vernon Parish in the athletic calendar year. It has been a banner year. And that one fouled back. We'll see another payoff pitch. You remember a couple of months ago down in Hammond, we had 3 Vernon Parish state champions in basketball. Here comes another payoff pitch to Kaye. She fouls it back. Good battle here. But yeah, we've had, again, 3 champs in girls basketball with Rosepine, Pitkin, and Simpson. And then 3 teams making it down here to Sulphur in softball. Anacoco, Hicks, and Simpson. Here comes another payoff pitch. And that one is, I believe that one may have gotten a piece of Kaye, but either way, she's down to first. So bases are loaded for Ani Duran. She'll have to shed the catcher's gear, and she'll hit with the bases loaded here. So good at bat by Kaye. She got down 0-2, fouled off several good pitches. And it's 5, but with 1 swing of the bat, Ani Duran can make things really interesting here. And she's done left the yard once here in the postseason. She'll step in with the bases loaded. She walked her first time up. Lady Indians need some runs. We'll take them any way they can get them. Down 5-0 here in the third. Campbell trying to get out of a jam here. First pitch to Duran. Big swing. This one's driven deep into center field. Back it goes. And that's a grand slam for Ani Duran. And with 1 swing of the bat, it's 5-4. Ani Duran clears the bases with a shot to center field. And just like that, the Lady Indians are back in it. Holy cow. And again, wind aided or not, that one was gone off the bat. And Ani Duran, with 1 swing of the bat, has made it 5-4. That is a massive swing there, and the Lady Indians are right back in it. So now, after the dust settles, Bella Shapkoff stands in, and she fouls back the first offering from Campbell. Again, that is the second grand slam that Campbell's given up in the postseason. Gave up one against Grace Christian to make that game interesting. But that is the second grand slam and the third home run of the postseason allowed by Campbell. And Shapkoff quickly down 0-2. after fouling that one out of play. Here comes the 0-2, a little off speed, and that one's going to get through the middle as Shapkoff set back just enough and made some contact and is rewarded with a single up the middle. So the inning will continue. Again, that's a couple of times Stanley's had a few get through like that, but you'll take them however you can get them, as Shapkoff has reached now twice. And Tori Heyman will stand in. First pitch she saw, she lined hard into left field. And here she is. First pitch swinging. She'll foul this one back. So Anacoco trailed heading into the top of the third, 5-0. But Ani Duran, a grand slam, has made it 5-4. So Lady Indians right back in it here. Here comes the 0-1. That one rides outside. Good stop back there by Jones. Or Shapkoff would have maybe headed down to second. So Heyman now facing a 1-1 count. Again, Tori trying to do her best Kirk Gibson impression here, playing on one leg. She would be in the circle probably for the Lady Indians if she was healthy. Oh, big swing and miss there. She was trying to give the Lady Indians a lead, but that one comes up empty. They'll throw back to first, and Shapkoff back in time. So 5-4. Stanley now leads. And that one just misses inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2. Oh, upstairs, swung on and missed, and Heyman down on strikes. That is the third strikeout of the game for Campbell, but the damage has been done. Ani Duran, a grand slam to get the Lady Indians right back into this one. We move to the bottom of the third. Stanley leads it 5-4.
District 30 State Representative Charles Owen and his wife Carolyn are proud to support the athletic and academic programs of our Vernon Parish schools. Representative Owen and his wife recognize the importance of a healthy combination of athletics and academics in molding the lives of today's youth. Student athletes have represented themselves, their schools, and their communities very well. Wishing continued success for our Vernon Parish teams.
Hello, this is Sheriff Sam Craft. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office is committed to protecting and serving all citizens of Vernon Parish. Senior citizens need our protection and our watchful eyes. Adult taxpayers deserve law and order, and our youth need encouragement and support in order to succeed. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office will continue to work with area law enforcement agencies to provide a safe and wholesome environment for all of our families. We are proud to serve Vernon Parish and to call it home.
Harper Rutherford leads it off for the Lady Panthers in the bottom of the third. Stanley now leads Anacoco 5-4. Anacoco in the top of the third, 4 runs on 3 hits. 1 left, big blow. The grand slam from Ani Duran, her second homer of the postseason, and 1 swing of the bat. We have ourselves a ball game. Rodriguez trying to get a shutdown inning here for Anacoco, but it's Rutherford now ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. Purcell go to the mound for some words of encouragement. Again, Ruth, one of those seniors, one of the 3 seniors on this Lady Indians team. Her, Ava Davis, and Emily D'Amico. And the visit from Purcell must have worked because that went in there for a called strike. 1-0 in the third. Quitman still leads. Rodriguez going to miss outside of that one. 3-1. It'll be Rutherford, Gooden, and Springer. The 3 in the order here, middle of the order for Stanley. And big swing there. That was going to be fouled over in the concourse. So the count runs full to Harper Rutherford. 4 in the first, 1 in the second for Stanley. 5 hits, And one error. A couple of those hits have been kind of some soft contact. This is going to be a grounder. Big hop over to short. D'Amico throws over in time for out number one. Again, good job to play that one. Kind of a big hop in between on the turf. D'Amico with the put out. Already off to a positive start here in the inning. That is the first time that Anacoco has retired the leadoff hitter through 3 innings. Or 2 1/3. So now Alyssa Gooden will stand in. She was hit by a pitch her first time up. And this time off speed. She barrels it up, but well foul. Gooden again. A couple of RBIs, a couple of hits through 2 playoff games entering today. And Stanley trying to get back to the final for the 3rd straight year. They do not want to finish runner-up again. Kind of started looking at it. Made you think of how Doyle was. Basically, we talked about it a couple years ago, the Buffalo Bills of Louisiana high school baseball. Being a runner-up like 4 years in a row. Stanley trying to get back there and finally get over that Quitman hump if they can. Anacoco again trying to get back to the final for the first time since 2022. It's going to be a grounder. D'Amico fields, throws over in time. Emily D'Amico with back-to-back putouts here in the 3rd. Rodriguez trying to get a quick inning here and get that Lady Indians offense back to work. Again, 5-4 now. One swing of the bat, this game has completely flipped on its head. And first pitch to J.C. Springer is low for ball 1. Springer grounded into that fielder's choice back in the first, but did drive in a run. And gave her 2 RBIs in the playoffs. And now that one finds the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's going to be a grounder, and that one foul down the third base side. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rodriguez a pitch away from getting the Lady Indians back in the dugout. Here comes the 1-2. Off speed's going to miss high. And pleasure to have you with us today. Mother Nature finally gave way to some clear skies, and good to have you here on this Saturday afternoon in Sulphur at Frash Park for the state softball tournament. Here comes the 2-2 from Rodriguez. This is going to be slapped over to second. Callejo fielded on a hop, flip over to first in time, and it is indeed a shutdown inning for Ruth Rodriguez in the circle. Lady Indians trail after 3, 5-4.
Buying, selling, or refinancing your home? Let the Rethink Title Company work for you. Have a commercial real estate transaction? We can do that too. With over 35 years experience as a full-service real estate title company, we strive to provide personal attention and efficient results throughout the entire settlement process, giving you peace of mind. Give us a call at 337-404-4060 or stop by our office at 116 East Lula Street in Leesville. The team at Rethink Title are proud supporters of our area students and athletes and wish the best of luck on their future endeavors.
Are you paying your bank to hold your money? If so, it's time to make the switch to a bank with totally free checking. Sabine State Bank offers free checking with no fees, no minimum balance, no balance requirements, no analysis fees, and we still include check images in your statements without a fee. There is even a free small business account. If you really want free checking, stop by one of our convenient 45 locations. Sabine State Bank. Our goal, your future success. Member FDIC.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent David Heyman is your go-to agent in Leesville for service you deserve at the price you want. So try combining home and auto today. State Farm agent David Heyman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 337-239-9999 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to underwriting requirements.
Back here in Sulphur, moving to the top of the 4th inning. Lady Indians trail 5-4. They sent 8 to the plate in the third. Ruth Rodriguez leads it off and takes ball 1. And now ahead 2-0. Rodriguez popped up to short to end the second. Pleasure to have you with us. Sean Larken, Mike Holt back in studio. And we have this game for you here. 2 other Vernon Parish teams in action. Simpson over on 95.7 KROK with Chaston. And then behind me, Dixon Quitman playing a 1-0 game in the fourth. That one on 93.5. Now 3-0 to Rodriguez. She'd love to hit a board here. Should be the tie and run. Here comes the 3-0. And takes time was on as that one finds the zone. Again, Anacoco hitless through 2 innings, but that third inning, 4 runs, punctuated by Ani Duran's grand slam. Here comes the 3-1. Rodriguez pops it foul. Now the count runs full. And then had some traffic in the second, a couple of walks, but Campbell able to get out of a jam. And then the third, a leadoff walk, a single, then 2 outs. Then Kaye walked to load the bases, and Duran with one swing of the bat sent one over the center field wall. And that one's inside, and it'll be a leadoff walk for Rodriguez. So back-to-back innings, leadoff walks. Anacoco in business here, down 5-4. Bree Dowden will stand in. She led off the third with a walk. And it looks like we will have a courtesy runner for Rodriguez. Try to get that for you. So leadoff aboard. And now, again, the ninth place hitter, Bree Dowden, will stand in. J.C. Cobb is the courtesy runner for Rodriguez. Now Campbell back to work. And swung and missed. Strike 1. Lady Pirates still trail 1-0 in the top of the fourth. Bunt shown, and that one doesn't be bunted foul. So quickly 0-2 to Dowden after the leadoff walk. Again, Lady Indians trying to manufacture the tie and run here. They get the leadoff walk from Rodriguez. Campbell looking over for the sign. And here it comes. This is going to be a grounder and a diving stop attempted by Palmer. That one's going to trickle into the outfield, and that will be a single. Cobb into second. So Lady Indians with some batted ball luck here. Again, Palmer trying to knock it down with a diving stop, but it ricocheted off her glove. Shortstop was trying to back her up, so it ricocheted to the void in short and into shallow center field. But again, an infield single after the leadoff walk. Flips the lineup to the top, and Sari Procell stand in as she singled her last time up to get Lady Indians into rally mode. So eerily similar start here if you're Stanley, but if you're Anacoco, you'll take it. That was the last time you had a leadoff walk in single. You ended up with a grand slam. They'll take a base hit here as that may score the tying run. And Procell will stand in after the quick meeting. Campbell trying to put the fire out. It's 5-0 now over in the Class C semifinal. Northside Christian adds on. So Procell stands in. 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Lady Indians 2 on, nobody out. Bunt shown, and it's a good one. It'll be fielded by Campbell, and she will have no play as sliding in head first safely after the base hit bunt is Procell. Again, Procell gets down the line, and they are loaded with nobody out. Again, that was perfectly placed in between catcher, third baseman, and pitcher. Campbell fielded it. There was not really a hesitation. It was perfectly placed, but now Lady Indians are in business, and Ava Davis is standing in. She's popped out foul in both of her at-bats. I think she needs to be patient here, but before she hits, we will have a meeting in the circle. Lady Indians have them loaded with nobody out in the fourth, trailing by 1.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
KVVP Leesville, DeRidder, Fort Polk, today's country, 105.7.
Quick reset after the meeting in the circle. Bases loaded, nobody out. Ava Davis standing in. She has popped out to third and popped out to first in her 2 at-bats, and she stands in. And the first pitch is high for ball 1. Nowhere to put Davis. Anacoco trails Stanley 5-4 in the top of the fourth. Winner moves on to the state championship game tomorrow. Stanley 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second. And Ani Duran's grand slam an inning ago got Anacoco right back in it, and they could take the lead here with 1 swing of the bat. Here comes the 1-0. Davis, big swing there, fouls that one back into the screen. And Ava, double-digit homers on the year. She does that here. The pavilion over to my right may come off the hinges. 1-1 to Davis. Big spot, biggest at-bat in the game so far. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here comes Campbell to the plate. And trying to get that outside corner. Good take from Davis. Ball 2. Campbell been trying to find it, trying to paint the corners. Just hadn't really gotten anything from the home plate umpire. Showing a little frustration there. But nowhere to put Davis. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to the senior. Ava back in. Campbell to the plate. This one driven into right field. Carrying, but that one is going to go foul. The wind pushed that one back. Looked like it was tailing away from the right fielder. Hatcher, no play there, but it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, that one, again, the wind's actually kind of blowing out from right to left, but as soon as it got caught in that wind tunnel there, it just died out into the corner. So 2-2. Campbell to the plate. Davis chased one upstairs, fouls it out. She was out in front of that one again. Don't want to do too much if you're Ava here. This one is, again, dictated by this Ava Davis at bat. She's in control here. Bases loaded, nobody out. Campbell trying to get the first out of the inning. This is going to be a grounder to second. On a hop, they'll go to the plate, and they get the out at home. And now, kind of an awkward fall there by Weeks at second. Looks like she was trying to celebrate, maybe fell down over there getting the out, but base is still loaded, but now 1 out as they get the force at home. That is Cobb on the 4-2. So everybody moves up. So on the 4-2 fielder's choice, Davis over at first. And now Emily D'Amico stands in. She left the yard in the quarterfinal against Zawali. Oh, big swing and a miss there. She was aiming for the downs. Comes up empty. Bases loaded. 1 out now. Anacoco trails 5-4. Again, just moments ago, the first out made at the plate. This one's going to be driven into left field. And a couple of steps over, still going over. That one is going to drop. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. They'll hold, and the Lady Indians have the lead as Emily D'Amico comes through. Again, the wind kind of pushing that one into the corner. Rutherford out and left had trouble with it, and Anacoco has the lead 6-5. Looked like she was going to make the play out there, but we've seen 2 over and left now that have fell in for hits or an error. Yeah, the wind, again, playing tricks on both left fielders. And now Kaye stands in, and she takes ball 1. Kaye walked and came around to score an inning ago. So Davis at second, D'Amico at first. This is going to be slapped over to the right side in foul territory. Long run for Hatcher. Not going to have a play at it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, D'Amico puts it in play. And 2 runs come in to score. It is now 6-5 Lady Indians. They still have runners at first and second with 1 out. That one's going to miss low and inside. 2-1 to Kaye. In the on-deck circle is Ani Duran. An inning ago, Kaye walked to load the bases, and Duran left the yard. You know that's in the back of Campbell's mind. Here comes the 2-1. This is going to be slapped foul. Still 1-0 Quitman in the 5th. Over on the field to my left. And that one going to miss high for ball 3. Campbell a pitch away from potentially loading the bases again for Ani Duran, getting ready to face a full count. Campbell winds and fires. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes goes Kaye, her second strikeout of the afternoon, and that was a big out number 2 for Campbell and Stanley. So Ani Duran will stand in. And last inning, with 1 swing of the bat, she got the Lady Indians right back into the ball game. They trailed 5-0, but a grand slam to center field. And now she bats here with 2 on and 2 outs. And the Lady Indians leading 6-5. First pitch from Campbell. That one misses way outside. Good stop from Jones. That'll keep the runners at bay. But it's ball 1. And you know it's in the back of her mind. You don't want to leave anything out over the plate for Duran. Here comes the 1-0. And now 2-0. That one misses out of the zone. Four runs in the first, 1 in the second for Stanley. Anacoco answered 4 in the third. And 2 here in the fourth to take the lead, 6-5. And they're looking to add on. And now 3 balls, no strikes. They are probably very wisely staying away from Ani Duran here. Bella Shapkoff is in the on-deck circle, but problem is if you walk Duran, Shapkoff's reached twice. 3 balls, no strikes. And that one way upstairs for ball 4. I was wondering if they'd give Duran the green light there on 3-0, but that one misses way out. Another walk, and the bases are loaded again for Bella Shapkoff. She is 1 for 1, has walked and singled. Base hit here may score 2. Shapkoff will stand in. Campbell trying to get out of a jam. 6 unanswered runs for the Lady Indians. Here comes the first pitch. This is going to be popped up and get out of play over on the third base side. Top of the 5th inning, Lady Pirates trail by 1 over there at Equipment. And the winner of this game and the winner of Hicks Equipment will face off in tomorrow's final. Back in is Shapkoff, and now she'll step out. In the inning started with a leadoff walk for Ruth Rodriguez and an infield single. And that one's going to get to the backstop, but it's going to ricochet back, and Jones will get it. No runners. And actually, that one looks like it hit her. So that is a run. Yeah, Coach West over the third base dugout told Shapkoff head down to first. And that'll be a bases loaded hit by pitch, and it's 7-5. That one ran in and got her. So now Tori Heyman will stand in with the bases loaded. She can blow this thing wide open now as Anacoco leads 7-5. Davis at third. As this one fouled off. I'm sorry, that was Davis that came home. D'Amico now at third. Duran at second. Shapkoff at first. And now it's 1-1 to Tori Heyman. Heyman lined out to left and struck out in her 2 plate appearances. She is the 9th hitter here in the inning after Lady Indians sent 8 to the plate back in the 3rd. All big swing and a miss there. And now the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Heyman was trying to blow this one open with that swing. Came up empty. She'll step out. Again, playing with that big brace on her left knee. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And Heyman is retired. However, the Lady Indians take the lead. They put the ball in. Good things happen. It is 7-5. We move to the bottom of the 4th inning.
This is District 30 State Senator Mike Reese, and I'd like to wish our area teams the best of luck as they strive to bring home a state championship. I would like to congratulate all of our student athletes for their excellence on the field, on the court, and in the classroom. I'm a proud supporter of all of our area teams, bands, cheerleaders, and dance lines. Best of luck to all of our area teams from your District 30 State Senator Mike Reese.
The Board of Directors and employees of the East Central Vernon Water System are proud to support the academic and athletic programs of the area schools within their community. They recognize the importance of a good combination of athletics and academics in molding our student athletes into productive citizens of the community. The Board of Directors and employees of the East Central Vernon Water System live, work, and play right here in the communities they serve. They wish continued success to each athlete both on and off the field.
Bottom of the 4th inning here in Sulphur. Lady Indians take the lead. They lead Stanley now 7-5. They've scored 7 unanswered after trailing 5-0. And Stanley will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. Over to my left, Lady Pirates trail 1-0, but they are in business. They have the bases loaded, nobody out. And again, you got to cash this in here if you're the Lady Pirates, and it looks like Jade Wilbanks is in the box. Ruth Rodriguez looking for another shutdown inning here. And she went 1-2-3 back in the 3rd. And now the Lady Indians have the lead. Let's see if she can settle in here and get them to the final. We will monitor the situation over to my left. First pitch swinging, this one foul. Campbell flew out to right in her first at bat, back in the first. Campbell, again, she's been in the circle for Stanley. She would like to try to help herself out and get the Lady Panthers back in this one. Trailing now 7-5. That one runs inside and misses for ball one. Again, if you are the Lady Pirates, you've got to cash in over there. Bases loaded, nobody out. You got to get at least two. Back here, 1-1 strike to Campbell. Rodriguez, and that one runs in and hits Campbell, and Campbell emphatically throws her bat. Probably letting out some frustration. Obviously, Rodriguez doesn't want to hit the leadoff hitter in a 2-run game, so Campbell goes down to first. That is the second hit batsman of the game for Rodriguez. And we will get a courtesy runner. So now, Olivia Hatcher will stand in. Purcell playing very in, looking for the bunt. That one's going to miss for ball one. So Hatcher, an infield single and a run scored. That was back in the second. Rodriguez winds and fires. Bunt shown, and that one going to be in there for a strike. Hatcher came through that one and didn't make contact. Bottom of the fourth, Stanley opened the scoring in the bottom of the first. They put 4 on the board and then added 1 in the second. And now poking at that one and coming up empty is Hatcher. Now 1 and 2. That one might have been nearly her eyeballs there. So a gift if you're Rodriguez. Anacoco answered with 4 in the third and 3 in the top half of this inning. They now lead at 7-5. Stanley with a runner on. 2 and 2 now as that one misses. Again, Hicks trying to scrape across some runs here. As Wilbanks at the plate had a 3-0 count. They actually called the 3-0 a strike, or the game would have been tied over there. Rodriguez to the plate. This is going to be a grounder to short. D'Amico Fields throws to second for 1. The turn won't be made as getting down the line is Hatcher, but the lead runner is erased. On the 6-4 put out. So Hatcher reaches. And now Braylon Weeks will stand in. 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored back in the first. Oh, and Wilbanks is rung up on one on a full count. Bases loaded. So now the first out over there. Quitman still loaded for Hicks. Hopefully the Lady Pirates can get on the board. It was 3-0. Come back, get the strikeout. That was huge. So now Weeks will stand in. 1 out, runner over at first. Stanley trails Anacoco by 2. Rodriguez trying to get back in the dugout, get this offense going. That'll be a grounder. Purcell Fields probably had to play at second, but she'll get the out at first. Again, fielded that one in between Hobbs. Made a great pick, but a runner in scoring position. Hatcher moves to second. I think she did have a chance if she wanted to go to second for the lead out. Instead, Weeks with a productive out. So now, Jay Jones, who drove in a run back in the second on an RBI double, looking to do the same here with 2 gone. That one misses for ball 1. And Jones drives this one into center. That one will hold up for Ava Davis. She'll make the play. And that will retire the side. So Stanley strands a leadoff runner. We move to the 5th. Lady Indians lead at 7-5 here in the Class B state semifinal.
Here you go, cream and sugar. Let's sit in my office.
Wow, nice office.
Thanks.
Is that a vision board behind you?
It is. You know about these? Do you have one?
Yeah, I've just never done one. What's that building? The picture in the corner?
Oh, that's Merchants and Farmers Bank. They're my secret weapon.
What?
How do you think I've expanded to 3 stores? Gotten bigger.
Well, what have they done for you?
For one thing, remote deposit capture. And then their online banking and, oh, my expansion loan.
You got an expansion loan?
You need a good business banker who can help you think big. Call them. They'll come to you. Get out your phone. I'm going to share my Merchants and Farmers Guy's contact with you.
No matter what business you're in, Merchants and Farmers will help you think bigger. Merchants and Farmers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Your future begins with our history.
We move to the top of the 5th inning here in the Class B semifinal. Anacoco leads Stanley 7-5. Over to my left, Hicks had the bases loaded, nobody out, trailing 1-0. Back-to-back strikeouts. Whitman a pitch away from getting out of the biggest jam of their season, arguably. Lady Pirates need to scrape a run across. They are in the 5th. We are in the 5th here. It'll be Ruth Rodriguez, Bree Dowden, and Sari Procell. Lady Indians sent 8 to the plate in the 3rd and 9 to the plate in the 4th, and that is why they now lead it 7-5. They put pressure on the Lady Panthers. Paige Campbell walked several hitters, and she'll start Rodriguez off with a strike. Rodriguez has one of those walks. And Whitman gets out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam and keeps a 1-0 lead over to my left. And this one's going to be popped up and get out of play and onto the roof. Rodriguez popped up to short in the 2nd and walked an inning ago. I think it's 0-2. I thought it was 1-1. What I have in my notes here. And that one misses low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So I do apologize if I have that one wrong. Yeah, just a tough sequence of events there for the Lady Pirates. Bases loaded, nobody out in a 1-0 game, and they get nothing. So here comes the 1-2 to Rodriguez from Campbell. That one going to be squibbed over to the right side. Rodriguez down the line, but Campbell will flip to first for out number 1. So that stops the string of back-to-back innings where the leadoff runner has reached for Anacoco. As Campbell does it herself. Again, that one kind of squibbed off the end of the bat there. And now Bree stands in. Walked and scored back in the 3rd, an infield single and a run an inning ago. And she takes inside for ball 1. And the winner of this game moves on to tomorrow's final, 3 o'clock. And that went in there for a called strike. Down now in the 1-1 count. Campbell's been trying to get that inside edge all afternoon. Here comes the 1-1. That one a little bit out front, but fouled out of play. Dowd now has a 1-2 count. And that is a called strike 3. That one froze Dowden. 6th strikeout of the afternoon for Campbell. 2nd out here in the 5th. First strikeout looking. And look, if you're Stanley, you would love a 1-2-3 inning here. Because that's what Campbell's looking for as Sari Procell stands in. She's reached back-to-back plate appearances. A single And then, again, a perfectly placed bunt on the infield back in the fourth. So 2 runs scored, 2 hits, did strike out back in the first. And she takes outside for ball 1. And that would foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Try to get an update from Simpson. Again, if you want to flip back and forth, as looks like bottom of the 5th inning, they trail 7-0. That one just misses inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Purcell, big cut there. Now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here at the top of the 5th to Sari Purcell. Oh, big swing and a miss, and Campbell blows that one by Purcell, and back-to-back strikeouts here in the 5th, and a 1-2-3 5th. Stanley coming up in the bottom of the inning, trailing Anacoco 7-5.
Where can you find gas, groceries, hardware, and feed? Anacoco Mercantile. That's where. Hungry for some delicious home cooking? Grab a fabulous plate lunch served Monday through Friday. Call today to see what's on the menu. 337-238-0611. Or grab a tasty Hunts Brothers pizza. Anacoco Mercantile is a proud supporter of Anacoco High School Athletics. Come visit them at 1678 Front Street, Anacoco. Go Indians!
Vernon Parish District Attorney Terry Lambright would like to take this time to remind everyone of the importance of not driving while under the influence. Never get behind the wheel of an automobile while impaired. Drinking and driving is a behavior that endangers lives, including your own. Vernon Parish District Attorney Terry Lambright and his staff would like to commend the hard work shown throughout our area high school sports programs. Congratulations on a job well done.
After a 1-2-3 top of the 5th, the Lady Panthers now batting here in the bottom half of the inning. It'll be Craig Jordan, Riley Palmer, and Harper Rutherford. They trail Anacoco 7-5, and Ruth Rodriguez started to kind of settle in after those first 2 innings. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike to Jordan. Jordan drove in a run back in the first and then flew out to right in the second. Rodriguez trying to stay in the rhythm here. And a 2-run lead. Rodriguez winds and fires. That one will miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. In Stanley, 4 runs in the first on 3 hits. 1 run in the second, and that's been it. There was an error in there that factored into all of those runs back in the first, and that one rolls up there for a ball. But, again, and some soft contact, some batted ball luck, but that goes both ways, as we've seen. Anacoco's had some fortune in that area as well. But, again, you just hope it evens out if you're one of the other teams. Now it's 2-1. This one's going to be a hot shot, and that'll get through Purcell at third. And that'll be a leadoff single for Jordan as she barrels that one up. That would have been a unbelievable pick there from Purcell, but that one hit way too hard. As a laser gets through the left side, and Jordan is aboard to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Again, after the second inning, a 1-2-3 third, and then Rodriguez worked around a hit batsman in the fourth. Oh, big swing and a miss on the off-speed stuff there. Palmer, strike 1. Palmer drove in a couple of runs back in the first, came around to score as well, then lined out to right in the second. This is the second straight inning that Stanley's had the leadoff hitter aboard. They trail by 2, so Rodriguez trying to keep it at bay. This one's going to be popped foul. No balls, 2 strikes quickly to Palmer. now 3-0 Quitman. That's usually how it goes. As now they may add on here. As they will do that, it's 4-0. That's usually how it goes. You have bases loaded, nobody out, don't cash it in. The team that gets out of that usually will make you pay. And just getting a piece of that one foul. Palmer trying to protect the plate. Just gets a little bit on it. So no balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, bottom of the 5th now over there. And Quitman has the lead. They're trying to three-peat as champs. This one's going to be popped into left. Coming over and making the play is Chance for out number 1. Good to see her field that one cleanly. Again, it's been an issue over in left, but the wind playing a factor as she had one get down in the first as Stanley's left fielder, Rutherford. Again, it's been an adventure out there if you're playing left. Flag blowing straight out. But a big out number 1. Now Harper Rutherford, the aforementioned left fielder, will stand in. She's grounded out to short both times. And first one misses just inside. We've seen the home plate umpire pretty consistent with that one, not giving that one to Rodriguez. Hasn't given it to Campbell either, so he's been pretty consistent there on that lack of a strike. Runner's going to go, and the throw down to second is a little bit late, so it'll be a stolen base for Craig and Jordan. So a runner in scoring position. That is Jordan's second stolen base of the playoffs. And actually, that one at the plate was a ball, so now it's 2-0 to Rutherford. Good time to steal, as that one in there for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. We saw early in the game the Lady Panthers aggressive on the base pass. That attributed to a couple of extra runs. And now they in position after the stolen base from Jordan. Off speed and not give it into that one. Harper Rutherford, 3 balls and a strike now. Alyssa Gooden in the on-deck circle. 7-5, Anacoco leads. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. And good swing there. Fouling it off is Rutherford to stay alive. But now the count will run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. But the count's full. Here comes the 3-2. Grounder to third. And that one's going to get through Procell and D'Amico. And they'll wave the runner around. And it is 7-6. Again, the aggressive base running on the steal pays dividends. Coming home is Jordan. And again, that one gets through the left side. And Rutherford, a worm burner through Procell and D'Amico. And just like that, Stanley now trails 7-6. And Gooden stands in, 1 out. Rodriguez back to work. This one's going to be chopped to second. Kaye will go to second for 1, and D'Amico tried to turn it. Not in time. Again, that one not hit hard at all. Kaye had to play it on a hop. And again, the runner at first, Rutherford had to kind of hold because that one may have been caught. But it'll be a 4-6 put out. So Gooden reaches 2 outs now, though, here in the 5th. J.C. Springer will stand in. She has reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out to second. Springer has 3 hits in the postseason, a double, and has driven in a run. This one's going to be lined over a leaping Kaye into right field. They're going to send the runner to third, and in safely goes Gooden. That one just over the webbing of Kaye's glove. She's, again, pretty tall out there, but nearly came up with a leaping grab. Instead, Stanley has him at the corners here, 2 outs. Yeah, that would have been an incredible catch by Kaye, but again, did everything she could. Gooden down to third. Runners at the corners. We'll have a quick meeting. Coach West will stroll out to the circle. Again, we can reset here for you. Stanley led it 5-0 after 2, 4 in the first, 1 in the second. Top of the third inning is where Anacoco started their comeback. Got a grand slam from Ani Duran. And 3 more runs in the fourth to take the lead. But here in the bottom of the fifth, 1 in for Stanley, and they have him at the corners with 2 outs. Big spot in the ball game. Over to my left, 5-0 Quitman over Hicks. Again, the winners of both of those games will meet tomorrow for the Class B State Championship. Anacoco trying to get back there for the first time since 22. Stanley has been back-to-back runner-ups. Big swing and a miss there from Campbell. And again, Campbell has been grinding away in the circle. She would love to get this game tied. Purcell back at the base on third, so not playing in. Now she comes in. Swing and a miss. Runner's going to go down to second, and Rodriguez will cut the throw off, and that might have been a smart decision. But now 2 in scoring position. But it is 0-2 to Paige Campbell. Rodriguez a pitch away from getting out of this. Stanley could be a swing away from retaking the lead. No balls, 2 strikes. Rodriguez winds and fires. That one outside. They'll throw back to third. And the tag was on her, but on the bag safely is good. And Purcell caught that with the glove on the leg. On the base runner, Gooden. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. But if you're Anacoco, you want to be smart. Worry about the hitter here. Don't want to throw it away. Here comes the 1-2. And just getting a piece of that one. Campbell stays alive. Fouls it off at the plate. Big spot in the ball game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third. Rodriguez winds and delivers. That one misses outside. If Campbell were to reach, Olivia Hatcher is in the on-deck circle. Hatcher has been a tough out all playoffs and has a hit in this one. Stanley got the momentum for the moment. Here comes the 1-2. That one runs in, and getting out of the way is Campbell. Again, she was hit by a pitch in her last at bat, but now the count runs full. Rodriguez really got to lock in here. Looks at the wristband. Toes the rubber. Here comes the 3-2. Grounded foul. Good battle here. Nobody wanted to give in. And Campbell in the circle for Stanley. And to help herself out and either tie or give the Lady Panthers the lead. Back in, she'll see another payoff pitch. Here comes Rodriguez. Swing and a miss. Rodriguez gets her with the off-speed stuff and gets out of a jam. The side is retired, and the Lady Indians lead it 7-6. We move to the top of the 6th.
District 30 State Representative Charles Owen and his wife Carolyn are proud to support the athletic and academic programs of our Vernon Parish schools. Representative Owen and his wife recognize the importance of a healthy combination of athletics and academics in molding the lives of today's youth. Student athletes have represented themselves, their schools, and their communities very well. Wishing continued success for our Vernon Parish teams.
Hello, this is Sheriff Sam Craft. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office is committed to protecting and serving all citizens of Vernon Parish. Senior citizens need our protection and our watchful eyes. Adult taxpayers deserve law and order, and our youth need encouragement and support in order to succeed. The Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office will continue to work with area law enforcement agencies to provide a safe and wholesome environment for all of our families. We are proud to serve Vernon Parish and to call it home.
Buying, selling, or refinancing your home? Let the Rethink Title Company work for you. Have a commercial real estate transaction? We can do that too. With over 35 years experience as a full-service real estate title company, we strive to provide personal attention and efficient results throughout the entire settlement process, giving you peace of mind. Give us a call at 337-404-4060 or stop by our office at 116 East Lula Street in Leesville. The team at Rethink Title are proud supporters of our area students and athletes and wish the best of luck on their future endeavors.
Ava Davis leads off the top of the 6th for the Lady Indians. Takes ball 1. Ruth Rodriguez, 1 strikeout today in the circle, but it was the biggest of the game up until this point, as in the bottom of the fifth, she strikes out Campbell to keep it 7-6. And Stanley had second and third. Full count, she goes with the off-speed stuff, and Rodriguez wins the battle of the pitchers. Again, Stanley does get a run in the bottom of the fifth, but Anacoco still leads at 7-6, and Ava Davis now 2 balls, no strikes. She is ahead in the count. Campbell back in the circle. Davis 0 for 3. It score a run back in the fourth. Reached on a fielder's choice, popped out the third, and popped out the first. It's Davis, D'Amico, Kaye here in the sixth. Davis going to drive this one out into right field. Still going. Back it goes. And that one over the wall. And Ava Davis has left the yard. Some insurance for Anacoco. They now lead at 8-6. And again, the Lady Indians give up the run in the bottom of the fifth. They get it right back here in the sixth. It's a leadoff home run for Ava Davis. Last couple of games, again, may have been doing a little too much in double-digit homers on the year. Maybe trying to chase a couple of more. That hasn't led to some quality at-bats. Those aren't my words, by the way. That would be her mom's. But that time, she cashes it in. And now here, first pitch swinging. This one into center. Ballpark will hold that. Weeks makes the catch and retires D'Amico. Out number 1. Again, we had seen it even today for Ava, as in a little aggressive on the first 2 at-bats, popped out on just 3 pitches. But she has left the yard here in the sixth. Lady Indians get that run back, and now they lead it 8-6. Now Kylie Kaye stands in and takes ball 1. Second home run of the game for Anacoco here this afternoon. Kaye drives this one out into right center field, still carrying, and that one gets over the head of Hatcher, rounding first and into second, sliding in safely. Kaye with a double with 1 out here in the sixth. So, again, hard contact here in the sixth inning against Campbell. The home run, the line out by D'Amico was hit pretty well. And now Kaye gets one all the way to the wall for a 1-out double. And again, she's come up and she's got her money's worth with some of those swings so far. And she's finally paid off. And she's aboard with a double. Anacoco looking to add on. It's Ani Duran. Duran stands in. Oh, my goodness. That is a daddy hack right there. Comes up empty. She was trying to add her home run total. That one was aiming for the school bus out there. She walked back in the second, the grand slam in the third, and then walked in the fourth. And she was trying to leave the yard again right there with that swing. 0-1. And that one upstairs for ball 1. And that's third inning there with Stanley leading 5-0. And we're in the driver's seat. Campbell, few walks. And then the big blow was the Duran grand slam on the first pitch she saw with the bases loaded. That one rolls up there. Kaye is going to go down to third, and they are going to gun her down. Again, didn't get a great read on it, but a good throw by Jones. He races Kaye on the caught stealing. Again, that one in the dirt, but it hopped right to Jay Jones, and she fielded it almost like a ground ball and threw out Kaye at third. So that erases the runner in scoring position. 2 outs now. 2 balls and 1 strike. You don't mind the aggressive base running there, but you got Duran up, who's been really good here today. And this time she drives it out into center. Ball still carrying, and that one is over the wall, and Ani Duran has done it again. A solo shot, her second of the afternoon, and it's 9-6 Lady Indians. Ani Duran. Again, you think about what happened about 30 seconds ago. Kaye gets thrown out at third. Hindsight always 20/20, but we said it. You got Duran up. She is red hot, and she adds to the lead now. It's 9-6. her third home run of the postseason. So 2 outs, and Bella Shapkoff stands in. She's reached all 3 times. And it looks like before Shapkoff sees a pitch, we are going to get a pitching change, and that will prompt some cheers for the Lady Indians. We will take a break, come back, tell you who will be in the circle for the Lady Panthers. Top of the 6th, Anacoco leads 9-6.
Are you paying your bank to hold your money? If so, it's time to make the switch to a bank with totally free checking. Sabine State Bank offers free checking with no fees, no minimum balance, no balance requirements, no analysis fees, and we still include check images in your statements without a fee. There is even a free small business account. If you really want free checking, stop by one of our convenient 45 locations. Sabine State Bank. Our goal, your future success. Member FDIC.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent David Heyman is your go-to agent in Leesville for service you deserve at the price you want. So try combining home and auto today. State Farm agent David Heyman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 337-239-9999 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to underwriting requirements.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Lonnie Durant's second home run of the game chases Paige Campbell, and now Riley Palmer moves over from third base into the circle to try to keep this a 9-6 Anacoco lead. Wind blowing straight out. Bella Shapkoff takes ball 1. 5 2/3 innings. Now Shapkoff fouls this one out of play. Paige Campbell goes 5 2/3. Gives up 6 hits. I'm sorry, she gives up 8 hits, 3 home runs, 2 in this inning. Ava Davis led off the inning with a solo shot. Ani Duran, her second of the game, just moments ago. Oh, good off speed. That one nearly had Shapkoff falling out of the batter's box trying to hang in there. Well, that was a great pitch from Palmer. Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, she was trying to hang in there. Nearly fell over. But it really started to unravel on Campbell in the third. But the long ball played a factor as well. Here comes the 1-2, and this one slapped into right field for a single. And that one, again, ramped up on the speed, the velocity on the pitch there from Palmer. But Shapkoff slaps it the other way, and the inning continues. Again, Stanley got a run back in the bottom of the 5th to make it 7-6. But a solo homer from Ava Davis and then a solo homer from Ani Duran. Get Anacoco back with a 3-run cushion. And they're still looking to add on as Tori Heyman will stand in. And she takes above the letters for ball 1. Heyman lined out to left and struck out twice. She struck out back in the 4th with the bases loaded. That was a big spot in the ball game. And she stands in again. First game back since that injury. I'm not even sure how she's out there. She drives this one into right field. Back goes Hatcher, and she'll make the put out. And that will retire the side. However, the Lady Indians using the long ball this Saturday afternoon. A couple more. Ava Davis hits one to lead off the 6th, and then Ani Duran, her second of the afternoon. Lady Indians lead Stanley 9-6.
Here you go, cream and sugar. Let's sit in my office.
Wow, nice office.
Thanks.
Is that a vision board behind you?
It is. You know about these? Do you have one?
Yeah, I've just never done one. What's that building? The picture in the corner?
Oh, that's Merchants and Farmers Bank. They're my secret weapon.
What?
How do you think I've expanded to 3 stores? Gotten bigger.
Well, what have they done for you?
For one thing, remote deposit capture. And then their online banking and, oh, my expansion loan.
You got an expansion loan?
You need a good business banker who can help you think big. Call them. They'll come to you. Get out your phone. I'm going to share my Merchants and Farmers Guy's contact with you.
No matter what business you're in, Merchants and Farmers will help you think bigger. Merchants and Farmers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Your future begins with our history.
Bottom of the sixth inning. We're in the Class B State Softball Semifinals. Stanley trailing 9-6 will send Hatcher, Weeks, and Jones to the plate against Ruth Rodriguez. And the first pitch from Ruth in there for a called strike. Hatcher, 1 for 2, an infield single and a run scored back in the second. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the fourth. Rodriguez trying to get a shutdown inning here. Lady Indians 6 outs away from punching their ticket to tomorrow's state championship game. But they need to keep this a 9-6 lead. And Stanley held scoreless in the middle innings there after 4 in the first, 1 in the second. They do get that run in the fifth. However, Anacoco answered with 2 of their own in the top of this inning. So here comes the 0-1. Trying to paint the outside edge, and that one is going to miss to Hatcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hatcher, the lefty. Hatcher, Weeks, and Jones again. Rodriguez has navigated the lineup again. Got us some early trouble, some batted ball luck, but has grinded through it. This is going to be a grounder. Procell diving stop at third. Up, throw over in time for the out. What a play by Sari Procell. Robs Hatcher of a base hit. And out number 1, Procell, quick cat-like reflexes over at the hot corner. Flash in the leather for out number 1. And that is, again, for Hatcher, just kind of a tough luck out. Sometimes you reach on just a squibber. Sometimes you hammer it, and nothing to show for it. But a 5-3 put out. And now back to the top of the order as Braylon Weeks takes the off speed for ball 1. Weeks 1 for 3 with a run scored. Single up the middle to lead off the bottom of the first for Stanley. That was a 4-run first. That one just misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Not a bad miss. Lady Pirates down to their last licks in the top of the 7th. They were trailing 5-0, but Jade Wilbanks showing off the wheels over there. Gets a triple, drives in a run. It's 5-1. Now Braylon Weeks takes strike 1, so 2 balls, 1 strike. Lady Pirates trying to rally 2 outs over there to my left. Again, if not, it'll be Quitman in the final, trying to three-peat the Lady Wolverines. Here comes the 2-1, and that one in there for a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Braylon Weeks. Weeks kind of gave up on that one. And there's another run for the Lady Pirates, 5-2. Lady Pirates not going away. This one set back on and driven out the center. Ava Davis coming over. She'll make the play out in shallow left field or out number 2. Weeks is retired. She's 1 for 4. And if you're the Lady Pirates, you're seeing what's happening here in the 7th. You wonder where that was when you had the bases loaded, nobody out. You had a huge opportunity, and that one, a nice play made over at short, robs Lady Pirates of another hit, but Quitman will win it and move on to the state championship game. They beat Hicks 5-2. So one team already into the final. But with that being said, man, what a year for the Lady Pirates. Again, they've been so close getting down here the last few years. They had a formidable team to do it. Did just that this year. Coach Boehner and his squad, a good season. And look, they are young. They will be back down here. Jay Jones takes ball 1. Back to action here. Now 2-0. But yeah, Jade Wilbanks, the lone senior. Congratulations to Jade. Ends her career. Goes out on a high note, even in the loss with that triple, driving in a run there in the last inning. Congratulations to Jade. And the Young Lady Pirates are going to be a force the next few years as Rodriguez finds his own there. Jade Jones has reached twice, came around to score, drove in a run on a double back in the second. She is 1 for 3, reached on an error back in the first. And now 3 balls and 1 strike. Rodriguez back to work here. Here comes the 3-1. Oh, man, big swing there from Jones. Just getting a piece of it. Fouled off at the plate. So, again, the Lady Wolverines into the final. They defeat Hicks 5-2. They'll face the winner of our game here tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And, again, if the Lady Indians hang on, we will have that one for you right here on today's Country 105.7. And Jones slams her bat down like she's in WWE right there as she takes ball 4. Not emphatic, just trying to rally up the troops over there in that Stanley dugout, but an emphatic bat slam. And that's a 2-out walk. Anacoco leads 9-6, but I know Mike and guys behind me are big wrestling fans. That looked like trying to body slam like The Undertaker would do. So Craig and Jordan stands in. Prudhomme over to run at first. Jordan takes ball 1. She hammered one an inning ago for a single that, again, Procell made a great play here in this inning. That one hit so hard, Procell didn't have a chance on that one. She came around to score. She has 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and an RBI, does Craig and Jordan. She's had a pretty good postseason in the middle of the order. That one's going to miss. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Lady Indians lead 9-6. Stanley 5-0 lead after 2. Anacoco answered with 7 unanswered. Stanley got a run back in the 5th. Anacoco in the top of this inning got that one back and 1. So 3-run lead here. Rodriguez is 2-0, misses high, 3-0. Riley Palmer on deck. Palmer now the pitcher for Stanley. After Ani Durant's second home run, Chase Page Campbell an inning ago. 3-0. Paints the inside corner for a call strike. Stanley radio crew a little frustrated about that one being called a strike. But again, it's been pretty consistent on the inside edge for both teams. But, you know, you get desperate. Now 3-1. Reagan Jordan stands in, and now the count runs full. Is that one in there? Jordan doesn't like it, shaking her head out of the box here. So now the count runs full. Rodriguez looking to get out of the inning here. Strand that runner over at first. Here comes the 3-2. Ground ball foul. Nice hands over there in the third base coaching box. Here comes another payoff. It's going to be a grounder. Procell, backhand pick. What a play. Throws over for the out. And Sari Procell flashing the leather here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 great defensive plays. Keeps it a 9-6 Anacoco lead as we move to the 7th.
This is District 30 State Senator Mike Reese, and I'd like to wish our area teams the best of luck as they strive to bring home a state championship. I would like to congratulate all of our student athletes for their excellence on the field, on the court, and in the classroom. I'm a proud supporter of all of our area teams, bands, cheerleaders, and dance lines. Best of luck to all of our area teams from your District 30 State Senator Mike Reese.
The Board of Directors and employees of the East Central Vernon Water System are proud to support the academic and athletic programs of the area schools within their community. They recognize the importance of a good combination of athletics and academics in molding our student athletes into productive citizens of the community. The Board of Directors and employees of the East Central Vernon Water System live, work, and play right here in the communities they serve. They wish continued success to each athlete, both on and off the field.
To the top of the 7th here in the Class B softball semifinal from Frash Park, field number 17. Lady Indians lead 9-6. Looking to add a little insurance here as they are 3 outs away from state championship appearance for the first time since 2022. That'll be Ruth Rodriguez, Bree Dowden, and then back to the top with Sari Procell, who is flashing the leather there in the bottom of the 6th. 2 great defensive plays to rob a couple of hits. Getting that last one, good backhand on the pick. And playing it off the turf, too. I think going to get it through in a hurry and then robbed a hit to lead off the inning as well. Diving stop. So, Purcell flashing the leather. Again, instead, Anacoco's played some really good defense throughout the playoffs. Rodriguez will stand in. 0 for 2. She has walked. And this one's going to be a grounder to second. Nice play by Weeks. She'll flip over. 1 pitch, 1 out. Rodriguez is retired. But, again, Coach Angie Davis, all the Lady Indians, we want to get her back in the dugout to lock in for 3 more outs and get you into the final tomorrow. As you will face Quitman as they defeat Hicks 5-2 over to our left. Simpson's season comes to an end in the semis. They lose 8-0, the top seed. But again, the 13-seeded Lady Broncos all the way to Sulphur. Great season for Simpson. 1 ball, no strikes to Bree Dowden, who has scored twice, reached twice. 1 for 3 officially, walked, infield single. And she's going to get a piece of that one foul. Lady Indians trailed 5-0 heading into the 3rd. 4 runs in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, and then 2 in the 6th. Off speed. That one hops to the dish. Down now ahead 2-1. 3 home runs today. 2 from Ani Duran. Biggest of the game, a grand slam back in that 3rd inning to flip the game on its head. Again, at the time, Stanley leading 5-0. Now this one's slapped over to first, and nice stab by Gooden. And that'll be a line drive out. Tough out for Dowden, but second out here for Stanley in the top of the 7th. Now Procell back to the top of the order. Procell has 2 singles, 2 runs scored. That 4th was a perfectly placed infield bunt single. And that one gets in there for a called strike. And Procell just half inning ago, flashing the leather. Sits back on this off speed, but shallow center field. Weeks comes on and makes the catch, retiring the side. A 1-2-3, top of the 7th. Anacoco needs 3 outs to advance to the state championship.
Where can you find gas, groceries, hardware, and feed? Anacoco Mercantile. That's where. Hungry for some delicious home cooking? Grab a fabulous plate lunch served Monday through Friday. Call today to see what's on the menu. 337-238-0611. Or grab a tasty Hunts Brothers pizza. Anacoco Mercantile is a proud supporter of Anacoco High School Athletics. Come visit them at 1678 Front Street, Anacoco. Go Indians!
Vernon Parish District Attorney Terry Lambright would like to take this time to remind everyone of the importance of not driving while under the influence. Never get behind the wheel of an automobile while impaired. Drinking and driving is a behavior that endangers lives, including your own. Vernon Parish District Attorney Terry Lambright and his staff would like to commend the hard work shown throughout our area high school sports programs. Congratulations on a job well done.
KVVP Leesville, DeRitter, Fort Polk, today's country 105.7.
Bottom of the 7th inning here in the Class B semifinal. Lady Indians lead Stanley 9-6. They need 3 outs to advance to tomorrow's state championship game versus the Quitman Lady Wolverines. And again, if they are to do so, you can hear that one right here on today's Country 105.7. It'll be Riley Palmer, Harper Rutherford, Alyssa Gooden, the 3 in the order. First up for Stanley. Rodriguez fires in a called strike. Rodriguez back to work. And a little check swing, grounded to Procell. She'll charge, flip over for out number 1. A little excuse me swing there from Palmer is put in play. And again, Sarah Procell, basically a vacuum over there. Ain't nothing getting past her as she charges and makes a very confident throw for out number 1. Now Harper Rutherford will stand in. 1 for 3 with an RBI single is Rutherford. Sounds like a train's going off behind me over there. Fired in for strike 1. Rodriguez settled in, throwing with confidence in the circle. And she navigated through some tough luck in the first. Stanley 5-0 after 2 innings. Just 1 run since. This one driven out into shallow center and out of the outstretched arms of Kaye. She was headed out the center. Davis too deep to come in and make the catch. Kaye just missed a great grab, but it's a 1-out single for Rutherford. And not much hard contact either against Rodriguez today. But Stanley needs base runners if they want to get back in this one. 1 out. Runner at first, Alyssa Gooden stands in. 0 for 2. She was hit by a pitch and then grounded out to short and then a fielder's choice. Gooden takes inside for ball 1. That one misses outside. J.C. Springer on deck. Rodriguez back to work. That one a call strike. This one foul back into the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gooden steps out, now back in, ready to wait the 2-2 from Rodriguez. Off speed, going to be popped up on the infield. And D'Amico makes the play, and Stanley down to their final out. Runner holds at first. J.C. Springer stands in. Springer, 1 for 3. Drove in a run back in the first on a fielder's choice. Also, stole a base. The Indians trying to get back to the final for the first time since 2022. Stanley has been runner-up in back-to-back seasons. First pitch, misses for ball 1. Rodriguez toes the rubber. Winds and fires. Trying to go to that same well there. No dice. 2 balls, no strikes. But again, not bad misses there on the location. Just even better take from Springer. Again, that's been a pretty consistent no call from the home plate umpire today for both sides. And that one in there for a call strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, the winner will face Quitman Lady Wolverines tomorrow. Swing and a miss. And now the count, 2-2. Lady Panthers down to their last strike here. Rodriguez back to work. Here comes the 2-2. This one will be a grounder. D'Amico fields it on a hop. She'll throw over to first. And the stretch, that one's going to go wide of the bag. And everybody going to advance. Again, throw went off away from Shavkoff. East 6 keeps the game alive for the moment. D'Amico had a little bit of time. Again, that one was smoked. But now, the game continues. We'll have a pinch hitter. It'll be Molly Foshi to stand in here for Paige Campbell. Campbell was 0 for 2. Foshi stands in. Runners at second and third. 2 outs. Stanley trails by 3. Foshi, lefty. First pitch, going to miss for ball 1. Got to get all 21 outs. Again, a ground ball to D'Amico. The throw was wide. Would have been the final out. Rodriguez back to work. And that one misses outside, 2-0. Stanley crowd trying to make some noise. Will the Lady Panthers back into this one with 2 outs? Here comes the 2-0. 3-0. Olivia Hatcher on deck. Hatcher 1 for 3 in the ball game. Rodriguez in danger of loading the bases here. The 3-0. Take was on, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike to Foshi. Swing and a miss, and the count's full. Big swing there from Foshi. Again, Foshi steps out, regathers her thoughts, and digs back in. Here comes the payoff pitch. Rodriguez winds and delivers off speed. Oh, man, Duran thought she had called strike 3. And they give the walk to load the bases. Man, Ani Durant thought they had called strike 3. And now Olivia Hatcher stands in. Oh, that's Prudhomme going to run for Foshi. So now bases loaded, 2 outs. So Hatcher, again, we talked about it earlier in the game, coming into the game for the postseason, was 6 for 7. Durant thought for sure that that was strike 3, and it looked pretty good from here. Home plate umpire did not agree. So Prudhomme at first will run. Rutherford at third. J.C. Springer at second. Again, a ground ball and an errant throw with 2 outs extended the game. Then a ball 4 to load the bases. 9-6, Hatcher in. First pitch, misses for ball 1. Lady Indians lead at 9-6, but the way the tension building, you would think the game is tied. Rodriguez back to work. And that one misses. 2-0. Not a bad miss. Again, not missing by much, but we've seen that left side of the plate. So 2-0, bases loaded. And that's a called strike, 2-1. If Hatcher were to reach, Braylon Weeks, the leadoff hitter, is on deck. It'll be a grounder back to Rodriguez. She'll field, throw over to first. And that is the ball game. The Lady Indians are headed to the Class B state championship game. They upset the top-seeded Lady Panthers 9-6. Lady Indians gather around on the middle of the infield, celebrate, and they are headed to tomorrow's state championship game. Winners here, 9-6. Take a 30-second timeout. Come back, put a bow on this one.
District 30 State Representative Charles Owen and his wife Carolyn are proud to support the athletic and academic programs of our Vernon Parish schools. Representative Owen and his wife recognize the importance of a healthy combination of athletics and academics in molding the lives of today's youth. Student athletes have represented themselves, their schools, and their communities very well. Wishing continued success for our Vernon Parish teams.
Welcome back here to Crash Park in Sulphur, where the Anacoco Lady Indians upset the top-seeded Stanley Lady Panthers 9-6. Punch their ticket to tomorrow's Class B state championship game. They are back in the title game for the first time since 2022. Lady Indians, 9 runs on 9 hits. They had a couple of errors in the field. They left 7 on base. Stanley, 6 runs on 9 hits. They left 10 on base, a couple of errors as well. Again, the winning pitcher, Ruth Rodriguez, and a couple of home runs from Monty Duran, a grand slam and a solo shot. Ava Davis added a home run as well. Lady Indians trailed 5-0 in this one, scored 7 unanswered, added on a couple, and they hang on here in the bottom of the 7th. So, again, we will have this game for you on today's Country 105.7 tomorrow, 3 o'clock. They will face off against Quitman. Lady Wolverines going for the three-peat, and that one should be a blast. Can't wait. But the Lady Indians are moving on. For Mike Holt back in studio, I'm Sean Lark. Thank you for listening. We will see you tomorrow. Lady Indians win it, and they're headed to the state championship game.
Today's Country 105.7.